Welcome to the Moms Only Podcast, a show about mom life. From pregnancy to postpartum, stay-at-home mom, career life, and everything in between, and realizing we all are just trying to figure this shit out day by day. I've always loved sharing, and now I cannot wait to share these impromptu and blunt conversations with you. Let's talk all the things together on the Moms Only Podcast. I'm your host, Kayla McCormick, and let's go, y'all! Welcome back to the Moms Only Podcast. For those who have listened before and for those who haven't, thanks for joining for the first time. This is all kind of brand new. I don't normally do videos, but since Talya and I did a video, I really wanted to include the intro as a video as well. So, hello, here I am in my favorite room in the house. I also, since I don't normally do videos, I have my notes. So I have my notes off to the side, so if you see my eyes looking off to the side, I'm just looking at my notes, and you'll just have to forgive me. But anyway, so I am super excited to share this episode with you. I met with Talya Squires, who owns Raising Wildflowers and in-home daycare. She has been in early child care for over 15 years, including working in centers, as a nanny, in pre-Ks, you name it, she's probably done it. She graduated with a bachelor's degree in business, but right before her career took off, she was in marketing also. COVID hit. And she also welcomed her baby girl, Evie. We get more into the details of all of what that was like, raising a newborn fresh out of college and trying to work from home with her first big girl job, and COVID. Yes, that's right. All of this was in 2020. All the while, she was also filing for divorce from a toxic and unhealthy marriage. Does it sound like a book yet? Which from all turn of events led Talya opening up her in-home daycare. She toured all different types of childcare places and realized she could create something so much more magical than what she was finding. Raising Wildflowers has been open since March of 2021. And in August of 2024, she became a fully licensed in-home daycare. I became kind of curious on childcare statistics, and these are just a few quick things that I could find from childcareware.org. So from 2023 to 2024, the number of childcare centers increased by 1.5%, totaling over 95,000 in 40 states. So not all 50, but 40 states. And from 2023 to 2024, the number of family child care homes, so in-home daycares essentially, increased 4.3%, totaling over 98,000 in 38 states. So there's more in-home daycares. In Tennessee specifically, which is where we are, there are over 1.8 thousand licensed child care programs and 470 licensed in-home childcare programs, which is lower than 2023's numbers of 480. These are just licensed centers and licensed in-home daycares. It's hard to tell the numbers of unlicensed because obviously they don't have to really report much, but with unlicensed comes a little bit less of what you can do. Like you can't have as many kids and all these other types of things. And Talya goes into more of that in the podcast. But yeah, if you want more financial specifics and if you want to learn more, I will put the website that I found all of this stuff in the show notes. So away from that, I also found what was interesting are this kind of list of reasons why providers leave and or daycares close. So here's just kind of a quick list of those. Low wages, thin margins, right? Parents are experiencing that. Providers are experiencing that. Burnout and long hours. Of course, you got to think like centers and in-home providers. A lot of times they are open before you go to work and stay open until you get done with work because they have to be there to intake your child and be there when you get off work to pick them up. So they have longer hours than you do most of the time. Personal and family factors. Of course. That could be a variety of different things. Competition and enrollment, housing restrictions, lack of support, and regulatory hurdles. Again, with licensed centers. Anyway, that's quite enough of me blabbering. So let's go ahead and get talking to Talya. Hello and welcome. This is the Moms Only podcast. I'm your host, as always, Kayla McCormick. And today we have someone special. She is a childcare provider and also a friend and also going to be part of my family soon.
Yes.
So there's that. She is my brother-in-law's fiance. I guess we can each call her my sister-in-law. Why not? Because that is just way too complicated anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, Talya Squires.
Yes.
So
it's a hard name.
It's a hard name.
It's a hard name.
Yeah.
Everyone spells it wrong, says it wrong. I'm used to it. So.
We're just going to change it to McCormick just to make it easy.
Just cut half of the hard part out.
So anyway, like I said, she is a childcare provider. And what I mean by that is she has an in-home daycare.
Yes.
So kind of what I am wanting to know, and when I first met you, I think you're already doing this, right?
Yes.
Wait, how long have you've been infiltrating this family?
I met Colton in 2022.
Okay.
And I opened my home daycare in March of 2021.
Okay.
So
so that was fairly,
it's pretty new.
Yeah. After you guys met, it was pretty new. It's not new now.
So basically like almost 4 years.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Amazing. How's it going?
It's good. I got licensed last August.
Okay.
So I've gotten 2 grants from the state.
Wow.
I've grown so much.
I feel like that's huge. No?
It's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, my first grant was $14,000. My second grant was $5,000, and the amount of growth that I can do with that is amazing. Our state. Oh, yeah. I'm so thankful for the resources. Wow. Mm-hmm. But I've gone from having 4 kids, because in Tennessee, as an unlicensed provider, you can have 4 kids under your care.
Okay. Is that including, because you have a daughter?
Your kids don't count.
Okay.
Even family doesn't count.
Oh, so, wow.
Yeah. Grandchildren, cousins, all that, they don't count against your ratio. Once you get licensed, they do, though.
Okay.
So I am a group home daycare. Mm-hmm. There's 2 different types of family child cares that you can get licensed for. There's family child care that you can take up to 7 kids, and then there's group home. You can take up to 12 plus 3 school age, so max 14. Okay. And then it goes into centers. Okay. Yeah. So I'm licensed as a group home daycare with a max capacity of 14. Oh, wow. 12 kids.
And is that because you have an assistant? Or?
Yeah, ratios depend on the age group. So I take specifically ages 2 to 5 years old. Okay. With 3 and up, I can have 12 all by myself. Once you get 2-year-olds mixed in, you definitely, and you can feel it. I mean, when I have multiple 2-year-olds there, I need help. Yes. Yeah. Well, they're still in that baby phase a little bit. They're definitely transitioning.
I don't think I knew that you had as young as 2.
That's a new thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I kind of had a phase where I was having a hard time with enrollment with 3 and up, because they have preschool. Mm-hmm. So I was getting the kids that weren't getting into preschool. Yeah. And I'm still fairly new, so I'm still getting my name out there. But I added 2-year-olds. There is an abundant need for 2-year-old care. It's crazy. Yes. And honestly, I don't know if I'm fully equipped for 2-year-olds, because I haven't gone into this, but I am nature-based. I'm a nature-based program. We spend at least 30% of our day outside. Okay. And so we're spending probably, depending on the weather, 2, 3, 4, sometimes even longer amounts of hours outside. And with that, the younger ones just don't really
the attention spans
thrive out there. Yeah, they would rather sit in independent play, like with blocks or little people and stuff like that. So yeah.
Well, jumping the gun a little bit, but I would like to know kind of what led you here, because this wasn't I don't want to say chosen path, but because it was a chosen path, but it wasn't what you saw out initially as a career, right?
No. Yeah, it was not. I will say, so I've worked with kids for about more than 15 years. Started out with babysitting, turning into nannying, worked in a daycare center for 3 years.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have a younger brother. Lots of babysitting, nannying, worked in a daycare center for 3 years. And I've had a lot of experience with younger kids, early childhood education.
And so when you are having those experience with those like babysitting and things like that, you obviously liked it or what?
So through college, my parents have always told me that if I wanted to quit college and just be a nanny, they would have supported it because of how much I liked it.
Oh, that's
I really did like working with kids, and I wanted to be a teacher, but I didn't feel like it would fully fulfill me.
Okay.
At the time. And we could go into that later, but I ended up going into business. I graduated with a business degree, went into marketing.
Where'd you go to school?
MTSU.
Okay.
Yeah. And graduated in 2019, got pregnant in 2019. Okay. I graduated and found out I was pregnant within the same month.
Just living the dream.
Yeah. Never got to experience my big girl money. Just
no.
Yeah. Aww. And then we kind of had like a shotgun wedding. And ended up, she was born January of 2020, and I was filing for divorce by December of 2020.
Yeah. So I imagine that was pretty stressful.
Yeah, on top of COVID. Which happened in March of 2020. Yeah.
Okay. And so backtrack. So you're going to school. You're in school. You're going to graduate in the next year, right? Or something like that.
Graduated in 2019. Yep.
And you're, dating this man. And then you find out you're pregnant. And you still graduate. But you're like, I'm pregnant. So you have a wedding. You have a shotgun wedding. It's January 2021 at this point, right? No, when you have her.
It's January 2020.
2020, sorry, 2020, yes. That's what I meant. So you graduated in 19 now?
Yes.
Okay.
May of 2019. Found out I was pregnant.
Okay. Oh gosh. And then the following January is when you had Evie. Yes. Okay.
Evie was born.
So so you graduated, did you get married in May too?
I got married in September.
Okay.
So basically, you were like, graduated, found out I was pregnant, got married a few months later, had Evie, we bought a house.
Okay. Is that the house you live in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And after we bought a house, it spiraled. I mean, it was a very toxic, unhealthy relationship in general, and there were red flags from the beginning. So once we bought a house and had a kid, it just like blew up.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. So filed for divorce, and at that time, I should go back.
Oh.
Because COVID happened.
Yeah.
And I was working from home.
Oh, so you got a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I worked in marketing before I found out I was pregnant. I already had a job lined up as a marketing director.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I will say, you got a job as a marketing director right out of college?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yes. I have never in my life, like that is unheard of.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I redid their whole website.
Did you have a lot of internships or like, how did you?
Yes.
Okay.
I interned for iHeartRadio and Enterprise.
She's studious.
Yeah, I had like 4 jobs my senior year.
Oh my gosh. So not only did you have the jobs and the internships and the experience, but you made some connections.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is like, I think is really, I mean, education and knowledge is very, very important. But a lot of it's who you know.
Yeah.
COVID. So she had a job. You had a job already lined up as a marketing director.
Yeah.
Making big girl money or what?
Yeah, making big girl money. And then in January, I had my daughter. I took a 12-week.
So how did you? So hold on.
Leave.
You had your job. You got pregnant. Found out you were pregnant. Graduated. What kind of conversation was that like with your employer? With your new employer, brand new employer?
Okay, so hopefully no one from that employer listens to this because I did not disclose it. I actually
do you have
faked
to?
Taking a pregnancy test at work.
Okay, but like, do you have to?
No, I don't think so. But also, Tennessee is a right to fire. So they can really fire you.
Yeah,
no
but like
matter
I don't
what.
think like you have to legally tell your employer that you're pregnant until you're like, honestly, I don't think you have to until you're like 3 months from having the baby or something.
Yeah.
I think I read that somewhere.
I waited until I was
Somebody tell me if I'm wrong.
15 weeks. And I was like, I'm still not having my period. And then they were like, here, take it. Because it was, I worked in the medical field. I worked for a bunch of urgent care.
So you were like 15 weeks.
They were like, here's a pregnancy test.
Something like that.
Took one and I acted like
you were not.
I didn't know. Isn't that funny? No one ever knows that story, but that's how I told my employer. Yeah. And I had already known.
Okay. So, but you faked it that you weren't pregnant.
Yes.
So
until they really grew an attachment to me.
And because you weren't, that is so true, because you're like, I don't even know.
I'm fresh out of college. Yeah. I didn't want to risk anything. And so
it is a big risk. Game plan. It is like, I don't even know if I want to be at this job long term. Am I gonna, should I even risk that? But also it's a double-edged sword, because you're also like, this is kind of like my work ethic and my character at stake if I do really like this company. So that's tough.
COVID blew this all up, though.
Thank God for COVID.
So I had 12 weeks maternity leave. I had Evie in January.
Okay, but how did you end up telling them then?
I told him, like at 15 weeks.
Oh. Yeah. So wait.
I took the pregnancy test at work.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. So you said, I'm 15. I haven't had my period yet.
Yes. And it was around a bunch of PAs and medical assistants.
But I guess, did you say, like, I've already taken a pregnancy test and it was negative, so I don't know?
No. I just said, I haven't had my period.
Oh,
and like, I'm having weird symptoms. Yeah. And then the lady that worked next to me in the office, she was like, you should take a pregnancy test.
Okay, so you took a test there and it was positive.
Yes, and I was like, should I?
So how did you
And she was like, here, take this. And I went to the bathroom and I came out and I was like, oh my God.
How did you
this is crazy.
Oh my God.
I'm like, what do I do?
Did you like win an Oscar or what?
They never
suspected.
They never suspected. So
I'm dead.
I know, isn't that funny? I probably didn't have to do all that, but it worked. They gave me a 12-week maternity leave.
Hello.
And then before I think at the 6-week mark, everyone was at home.
So then you were working from home.
So then I was working from home.
Wow.
And when you're working from home in
a
toxic relationship.
But you never know. They might have not even fired you or nothing. So like it might have all been for nothing. But your anxiety was there. And you're like 21 or something?
I was 20. I was 25 because I took 2 years off.
Okay, you were 25. Okay, sorry.
I was like 24 when I graduated and I turned 25. Yeah. So 24.
I wasn't like actually doing the math of how old you are now. Versus that, I was just thinking, I was 21 when I graduated college. So.
I will say my background is all over the place. You can definitely tell I had no idea where I wanted to end up.
That's okay.
So, but we're here now.
Yeah.
But so COVID happened. We were all working from home. So I had a baby. I was working from home, and I was in an abusive, toxic relationship. So
that's where you found
mix
yourself.
all that together. It was spiraling in front of my face. I was very isolated, very unhappy, not feeling fulfilled in my job. And so I ended up quitting.
You quit?
I quit. When they asked me to come back in the office in November, I quit.
Oh, okay. They asked you to come back. Okay.
And what's crazy is I quit in November, and in December, I filed for divorce. So a lot happening here.
Yeah. And this was all in
1 year.
2020.
Basically. 2020 was the craziest year ever. We had a new house, a new baby. I had no job.
Yeah.
And I was filing for divorce.
Yeah.
And so basically my first priority was I need to find a job.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like applying for other marketing positions.
Well, and you don't have childcare. Because you're working from home.
I was touring daycares.
Because how old is she now?
9 months old.
9 months?
So I was starting to tour daycares. And here's where it really pivots. Because I knew I didn't want her in a center.
Yeah.
Because I've worked in a center and I know.
Okay. So you didn't want her in a center.
Yes.
And because you've worked in one.
Yes. No, I don't want to offend anyone with that statement, because there are centers that are great. There are also kids that thrive really well in a center.
Yeah.
But personally, I just didn't want that for my 9-month-old. I wasn't ready. Mm-hmm. And so I was looking for a different environment.
This
I wanted
is a very hot topic.
Cozy home environment. I was looking for a home daycare.
Childcare in general is a hot topic, and like where you put your kids, where you send your kids,
it's
how and why, and all of those things. And ultimately, like, we just have to trust each other as moms, that we know what's going to be best for our children. And if it happens to not, that we are going to trust that we are going to pull them from wherever that is. And
exactly. I will say there is not a one size fits all for any child. Mm-hmm. There is not the perfect one place for any child. Every child is so different. Mm-hmm. I have seen kids that have came from centers that have thrived at my home daycare. I've seen kids that have came to me and I think they would do better in a center. Yeah. So wow. Yeah. So it's not a one size fits all. You as the parent need to advocate for your child and listen to your provider, because we're not judging you. We're not judging the child. Mm-hmm. We are your partner in this. And at the end of the day, we want your kids to thrive. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I think if you have, I always hope that somebody like you can kind of see them as a third, I don't want to call them a parent, but like, like another type of figure that is also
a partnership.
Yeah, like hopefully if you have a good one and they're looking out for you the right way.
Definitely. So yeah, trust me, everything that I'm saying comes out of a place of like, I want your child to succeed in kindergarten. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to make sure that they're happy and thriving, feel safe. Mm-hmm. And they come to my program and they're excited to walk in. Yeah. That's what I want at the end of the day. If they're not thriving, either am I. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. So I'm very honest with parents, but I think they appreciate that. And if they don't, that we're probably not a good fit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a good point. I do have good intentions. I'm definitely not judging at all.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, and if you are, then
I mean, there's probably some things I do judge on, but we'll get into that later.
I mean, you are only human. Yeah. But anyway, so she's 9 months old. You don't have childcare, so you knew you didn't want to send her to a center because you had worked in them before, and you knew what it was like to. Mm-hmm. You knew what the type of care.
My top reasons for not wanting a center, and like I said,
everybody's different.
Everyone's experience is different. Mm-hmm. There's some centers that are great. They do have high turnover.
Yeah. So, no, I agree. My children do go to preschool right now. They go to a preschool and a
Mother's
Day Out program, mm-hmm. which I feel like are different than daycare centers. So it's just because I have also sent them to the academy. Mm-hmm. And that's like a true daycare. Not them. I've only sent Cal. But
yeah, it's a corporate daycare.
It's a corporate daycare. And they do have, like you said, high turnover. Mm-hmm. And these places that I'm sending now, they're all in churches. But, some people feel a certain way about that. But there's that. And all of these teachers have been there for a minimum of 5 years. Yeah. A lot of them have been there for like 15.
And that matters. It does matter. So the high turnover, which I know is not entirely the teacher's fault, pay is an issue in that.
Right.
A lot of people need mm-hmm. higher pay. Yeah. And I get that. But another reason that people work in a daycare is for free childcare. So you have people that don't really like kids mm-hmm. and don't have a passion for it coming so that they can make a little bit of money on top of their kids getting free childcare.
Right.
So I have seen a few get fired for things that I can't believe that they did.
Right.
And that's just, I love children, and some of the things. Do you want an example?
Give me one.
Okay, so one lady got fired because a 2-year-old had an accident. He was potty training. He had an accident. And she got upset with him and set him on the rug to sit in his pee in his wet clothes as punishment.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like,
and I walked in on it. So I was, no, we don't do that. He's learning. It's okay to make mistakes. And you have to have a certain level of patience,
yes,
and passion and love for children to work this job. But unfortunately, like, a lot of the people that do have that can't compromise with the pay. I mean, exactly. $12, $15 an hour, that doesn't cut it in this economy. So you're not getting the people quality, that are super passionate. The quality of people. Yeah. So that was one of my main issues with Sinners. And so I ended up looking for a home daycare. And while touring them, I was just like, I can do this so much better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go.
And so it sparked an idea in my head. You know, I had this house that my ex-husband was going to give me. And it kind of had the perfect, like, what am I going to use all this space for? Yeah. Let's see. And so I started looking up laws of how many kids I could take. And I made a handbook and I started posting on Facebook. I used whatever I could find at, like.
And you made the handbook because that's something you were good at. Like you knew how to.
That leans into business. Yeah. I basically made a
from
business
your skill
plan.
set that you
marketed myself. Yep. All of that really went into play of, like, building this. And it definitely all played into each other to get me to where I am.
So that's where you are. So you started that in 2021.
Yes.
And then March. You were kind of like unlicensed for 3 years, two and a half.
My goal was to do this until my daughter went to kindergarten.
Okay.
And then figure out
and then go back to, like, a marketing.
I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And I was like, I'll figure it out. She was 1 when I opened. And so I had 4 years to figure it out, basically.
So, like, you opened it when she was 1, and you took 3 other kids, no? Or what?
I took 4 kids. And at this time, 4 kids. I did not have an age preference.
Yeah.
I also worked 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Oh, gosh.
So I had 2 infants, and then I had, like, a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old.
How did you do all of that?
Oh, my gosh.
I can't even.
When I say I terminated the infants within a few months, and I changed my hours, too. Yeah, you learn very, very quickly how.
That's what I want to. I want to get into that, like, your early stages of what this was. Not like all the pretty stuff you got going on right now and all the polish and all this. Let's talk about all the dirt, all the nitty gritty and the dirt that it took to get, like, that's like what you're saying. Like,
12-hour days.
You learned, like, you opened yourself up because you were like, oh, I can absolutely like do this. And
I had 3 babies, basically, because Evie was a baby, and 2 older kids. 3 of them needed 2 naps a day.
Yeah.
The other 2 needed 1 nap a day. We also needed to go outside.
So when you're talking to these parents, you're like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, kind of fake it till you make it. I never told anyone. I just opened.
Yeah. Okay.
I just completely was like, here's my space. Here's my handbook. I, like, came in so prepared and confident that.
How did they find you?
Facebook.
Okay.
So I've pretty much found every single family from Facebook groups. Okay. Local mom groups.
Yeah.
You know, the local
honestly,
town
word of
group.
mouth.
Yeah.
That's the best way to go.
Posting. Now parents seem to find me, which is amazing. And I've had a few families find me through TikTok.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
I think it was not pretty. I learned very quickly. I was basically, like, revamping my handbook at the end of every day.
Yeah.
It's been a slow and steady, like, really learn.
But it's just all to say, like, because I have a very bad problem of this, and I'm not the only one in the world, but, like, you don't have to have everything figured out to start. You don't have to have everything polished and perfect and glamorous and ready to go necessarily.
You just have
to
to
start.
do it.
Just start it.
Yep.
So
just start it. I also had really, I will tell you what rates I started at. I started at
pretty low, probably
$150 a week.
Okay.
Or $160 a week.
I don't know, like
$160 a week for full-time 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. care. And for context, an average center open from 6 to 6 p.m. in the Nashville area is about $375, $325 to $375, I would say. So
half.
Yeah, I was basically, and I was providing all meals.
You were doing all the meals too.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I was doing everything, and that's
the worst.
That's crazy. So my hours ended up changing. Now I'm open 7:30 to 5, and that has been what it's been since I've changed it, and that schedule works for me and my family. I'm happy with that schedule. And
the parents are able to.
They make it work, and if they can't, we're not a good fit. I have figured out that I have to let go of my people-pleasing side and do what makes me happy and at peace, because at the end of it, this is the hardest job that one can do. Maybe not the hardest, but it requires a lot.
Mentally, for sure.
Yeah, burnout is very high. Actually, one of my coordinators that comes out and helps. So the reason that Tennessee provides so much support is most home daycares close within 3 years of opening. If that tells you anything, the burnout is really, really high.
Oh yeah.
That's why it's important to put yourself first, and just if parents don't get it, then they can go to a center. There's so many options.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of
like appreciate that I need a break too.
You did that. You terminated your infants after a couple of months. For lack of a better term.
No offense to them. Actually, one came back. Now he's 5.
Oh,
yeah. He came back as a 5-year-old. He was one of my first kids enrolled. Aww. It's amazing.
And that they decided to come back to you.
It circles back.
Yeah. But so then after that, what was the age? Did you keep the
3 and up?
Okay, so then you went.
Yeah.
So then you went like no babies.
Yeah. So I think you have to pick one or the other. If you're the sole provider and it's your home, I would highly recommend either doing 0 to 2, 3 and up, 0 to 2.5. Stay in an age group, because once you get into that mixed age, if you're taking babies and older kids, their needs are so different. You're gonna be exhausted.
How many kids do you have in your school now?
I have 14 enrolled.
14. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I feel like.
Now I'm like 14 kids in not one room, but 14 kids in a room. I'm like,
it's a lot. Yeah. A lot of them are part-time. A lot of them are part-time. So we'll have.
So you do part-time, not just full-time.
Yes, I love part-time.
Why do you like the part-timers?
Honestly, because I charge a little more for part-time, because I charge a daily rate instead of full-time. So yeah, it's a win-win for us.
How does that equate? I guess I wonder. Because
it makes up for, because it does complicate things on my side.
Okay.
With paperwork.
Yeah.
Food program. I'm a part of the food program. I have to. Everything in the food program in the state of Tennessee is by hand.
What does that mean?
I have to write everything down by hand each day of every single meal that each child is having.
You have to write, physically write it?
Physically write it and physically mail it.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. That's just how it is. So it's a lot of paperwork on that side. And when it's part-time, that's just more kids. There's also ratios that I have to worry about. So part-timers, if I have a part-timer I have one that is Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Okay. So think about it. In order to make that a full-timer, I would have to fill a Wednesday, Friday
Friday
spot. Think about how hard that is. I have to find the right family to fill that spot. So the reason I charge more is because that's really
now you don't have any. Yeah,
it might be really hard. I might not be able to fill that spot.
Yeah.
And so in order to make it worth it for me, I have to charge a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing that to be mean or anything, but
it makes sense.
I do love the part-timers because sometimes the ones that I have, it works well with them. Sometimes they're not fully ready for the full-time, full day. Yeah. I actually have a lot of stay-at-home moms that use me as
I was wondering
a part-timer. Yeah.
I was wondering that if any
I have
moms
a lot of stay-at-home moms. I have a lot of work-from-home parents. It's probably my hours. And then the only ones that I have that work in the office usually are 2-parent households, and one drops off and one picks up.
Right.
That's how they make it work.
Yeah.
Because my hours, I know that.
That's how we even do it now.
Yeah.
That's how we have to do it.
But I cannot stay open longer, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I wish that I could help everybody, but no, I would be.
Yeah, you burn out. And you don't want to burn out because you want to be able to stay in business.
Yes, exactly.
So
that's why I take a lot of vacation time as well.
Good. Yeah, that's good.
And we can go into that because my parents pay 52 weeks out of the year, and that can stir up a lot of controversy.
I mean, that's what you would do at a center too.
Yeah, but I close every federal holiday. I close 2 weeks in December.
Yeah, so you follow.
I close a week in the summer, and the way that I calculate it is I do the full year and I just divide it by 52. So that way, it's easier for me to do 52 payments that are a little smaller than go into my payment program and void a payment for a week. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I just calculate how many weeks they actually have divided by 52. Okay. And so I'm not doing anything crazy. Yeah. You know?
So just makes it easier. Do you actually take weekly payment or is it monthly?
It's a weekly.
Oh, it is weekly. Yeah.
I offer monthly, but no parents ever
do it.
Ever does it. So I do every Friday. And I use Brightwheel for all communication and payments and everything, and it's amazing. Yeah. They have auto pay. They've really changed the game for me with communication and parent organization. Oh my gosh, I've not had a
Brightwheel.
Late payment since transferring to Brightwheel.
That's amazing.
Well, I require auto pay.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Yeah. We do Brightwheel with both of the schools. I love it. I mean, it makes it, for me, I feel like it makes it easy. Yeah. I guess I've not really known anything different because that's the only. Yeah.
And it's like a live feed of your kid's day. So we're sending updates and pictures. Now, I have noticed there are some parents that are just like a little bit too. On their phone. Because some days I work alone on Wednesdays and my assistant works alone on Fridays. And so those days the updates might not be as intense. Yeah. You know, you might not get 5 pictures. You know, you might get 1 because it's only one of us. Yeah. And at the end of the day, the main priority is we're taking care of your kids. Like we're not, if we're busy, we're not going to be on our phones. And I've had parents ask like, "Can I have pictures?" Hey, no. Listen. Oh. Did they eat lunch today?
I didn't feed them.
I'm like, no, I'm starving them. I'm like, you gotta know me better than that. Yeah. You know, just because it's not in.
Just because I didn't take a picture of it.
Well, no offense to anybody that's watching. I know it really gets you through the day to like see all that stuff. And make sure they're on routine.
But I get it.
I promise you, like at least the bare minimum I'm doing is feeding your kids and changing them. Like that's the bare minimum. I might not do a craft, but I'm feeding them.
No, guys, Talya is like up here on all of the craft crap. I don't even know what to say. Like there are different months. I talked to a friend of mine about this a couple months ago and I was listening back to my own podcast. And she was like, she's a very busy single mom with twins. And she was like, a friend of mine sent me this like Instagram craft thing. And she was like, I wish I was that mom that did that sort of thing. And she was like, I'm just so busy. And she was like, honestly though, like even if I was like, I'm just not that mom. And I'm like, I get it though. Like, so like because I'm trying to be too. Sometimes I am. I get in like, I have different modes of myself. Like I turn different modes of myself on, I guess, throughout the days.
You get
in
little
weeks.
spurts of energy.
Right. But like sometimes I'm more of an adventure mom. Like we're going to go out instead, or we're going to go to Target instead, or we're going to do this. Like there are just different types of moms, and what we do, I guess I don't want to call it occupy the time with our children, but like just because you're not a crafty mom doesn't mean that you're a bad mom.
No.
You know, like
I would actually say it doesn't matter. As like a daycare teacher, I mean, I'm seeing kids come in at 3 important skills.
Yeah.
That matter. Crafts are more for mom and dad.
For
Honestly,
sure.
my favorite art is to throw paper, crayons, glue, scissors on a table and let them do whatever they want. Like you, imagination and creativity and hand skills are more important than these handprint crafts, and that's all for the parents. Yeah, that doesn't matter.
That's what I told you last week, and I was like,
yeah,
there's a big roll of white paper outside.
Yeah, throw it down with some crayons. That actually, and the thing is I think that's better for them than the art that we're making for ourselves, because for that you're doing most of the work. Yeah, you're cutting out shapes. At
least at this age, probably. Yeah.
No, process art is so much better, and just putting supplies down and letting them create. Yeah. And building those hand muscles with the scissors, the gluing, that matters more. And it's less effort. I mean, the things that we do, like this week we gathered some leaves in baskets, and I threw down scissors and they cut leaves outside.
See, like, easy. And like that's the type of things that like you don't think of that people need to know. Like
it's so much more minimal, simple than you think it is. Everyone's overcomplicating. Yes. Early childhood education. I mean, these 0 to 5, all they need to do is go outside. Yeah. They need to color. They need to know how to hold a pair of scissors. Are my key things. Like we do circle time. My kids will leave and then they know the ABCs. They know how to count to 20, like etc. But my main priority for these kids is the social emotional skills. Like we are setting the foundation for them to go into elementary school and know how to share, know how to respect others, know how to make friends. And those are the things that matter in early childhood education. And you can only get that in a group setting. And so that's why play-based programs are so important for preschool. Not the worksheets, not the handprint crafts, none of that matters. And it's really simple. We even did like nature bracelets this week. Just packing tape. You put it on their wrists. Okay. Sticky side up. Oh yeah. Okay. They just go and find leaves and
just put it on there.
It's so simple.
It is so simple. That is so simple.
So simple.
Like I just feel like I don't know, the moms of the world, not the moms of the world, but we've just gotten so far into this like create culture of like, oh my gosh, everything has to be
aesthetic.
So aesthetic.
Social media.
And so when it's like, okay, like yes, we can do something creative with our children, but like it doesn't have to be so just this like whole production of something, you know, like, and I think we've just gotten like so out of hand with all of this, and I'm part of it too, because I'm like, what am I going to do? Like, what are we going to do today? And I like look and I'll like go on TikTok, because like that's my search engine now. Yeah. It's TikTok and Instagram, and I do use Pinterest sometimes now, and I'm like, gosh, all this like so much energy. Like I don't have energy to do all of this.
And the thing is most likely the kids are gonna ruin it anyway. The vision, like it's gonna be really like overwhelming to both of you. You're probably gonna get upset. You're probably gonna feel overstimulated. They're not gonna do it the right way. They're just not gonna be interested. Right. They're not gonna care.
And that's the thing with my kids is like they're not interested.
Yeah, we got to go back to the basics. Yeah, which is going outside, Play-Doh. Yeah. Like, crayons and a piece of roller paper.
And I'm like, okay, like I have like so many errands I need to run. Like and that's one of the reasons why I, as a mom, love like sending my kids to the programs that I do send them to, because I know, I trust, and I like, they do a lot of that kind of stuff because I'm not that savvy of a mom, you know? I have a lot of other strengths as a mother. That's probably not one of them, is, you know, being the crafty and all of that kind of stuff, as much as I wish that I was and pretend that I am. I will definitely try. I'll give it an effort. But somebody who has a play-based place like you do, and where also, like, I send my children, that's not necessarily play-based, but like they do have all of that involved in a part of their program. I'm sure it is
in a way. They probably just don't openly say it.
Yeah, they do all the crafts and all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, they're like, those skills, I know that they're practicing those skills over there. So like when they come home to me,
you don't have to worry about it as much.
I don't have to worry about it as much. Like, I can take them with me while I need to go run these errands. And then we're out in the world and they can see the other parts of the world that like I can help show them. So just to say, like, there is a room for every type of mom, and we're all needed in all these different types of ways.
And it plays into the mom guilt thing, because I think that moms also just, oh man, I just hear it from almost every mom. They feel bad about sending their child to daycare. But the thing is you need to think about the benefits on both sides, because it's not just benefiting the child. The child's getting socialization, they're building confidence, independence without their mom, autonomy. They're learning skills. They're building friendships. There's all those pros, but also think about the pros of mom and dad. I shouldn't just say mom.
Parents.
You're getting a much needed break, a reset.
And you have to do self-care, whatever that means to you. So
that's important. I will say, like, Evie was with me all 5 years, and I will say she was my hardest kid. She fought me the hardest.
Well, yeah, she
never wanted to do circle time or anything. She fought routines. And all the other kids did great. And now that she's in school, oh my gosh,
I will also say,
I need that break.
your children do not listen to you as well as they listen to other people.
No.
Like, and I feel like, I mean, you heard them today. It's like, all they do is cry around me. All they do is cry around me.
You're their safe person, so I get it. As soon as Evie gets off the bus, she starts crying. So,
oh man,
it's like the whining. She's not actually sad. She's just been holding in all those feelings all day, and I'm her safe. Which kids at the daycare do that too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So
and we're in a fresh new school year for Evie.
She's adjusting for sure.
Yeah, and this is all new, like, especially for her, because this is a whole new thing.
She's never been apart from me for longer than like maybe an hour gymnastics class.
Yeah.
An hour swim class, here and there.
Yeah.
But
that is huge.
And we never did babysitters because I am blessed enough to have help with my parents. My parents are my babysitter.
Yeah.
So,
which is another whole nother thing.
But
anyway, so going back to that, so mom guilt and like dropping them off, like, you have to do your self-care too. But anyway,
we started on drop-offs. That's why I do. So I implemented a door drop-off policy. So parents
drop-off is hard.
No longer come into my home.
It's hard.
We drop off at the door.
Yeah.
And this was implemented on accident, kind of.
Really?
Because I started just like meeting parents at the door. And then I would kind of block it with my body. Because I noticed
so they would come in before.
Yes.
Okay.
And I just didn't like. I mean, it started kind of like, it's my home.
Yeah.
And then I also noticed that it just took forever.
I was about to say, I'm sure it was just like.
And I feel like it's mainly the parents' fault, because they're like, "Oh, do you need a hug? Do you want a hug? Do you want another hug? Do you need a kiss? It's okay." Like, you're comforting because you feel guilty.
Yeah.
But honestly, the longer they're actually able to process, oh, mom's leaving. Oh, wait, they actually get worked up. And then it turns into, they would have been fine if they just walked in. But now they're all like processing, wait a second, mom's leaving.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
It's like,
I don't want her to leave.
It's growing.
I want to go
growing
with you.
And growing. Yeah.
And they get worked up, and it just wasn't working. So I implemented that, and oh my goodness, it has helped so much. Kids just walk in. I do have hard drop-offs still. I'm not being unrealistic here. But I am the type to be like, okay, let me see. And I'll grab them and bring them inside. They'll cry.
Yeah.
Tops 2 minutes.
That's good.
And then they're fine. And so I'll send a picture like, all happy now. So y'all don't have to worry.
Do any of your parents
this
message?
Is important for kids to
what
get.
is?
The separation.
Oh, the separation.
The separation. And it's hard. And the anxiety, that's all a part of, that's normal developmental things for these kids.
Yeah.
And they'll have hard days, they'll have really good days, but they're also like developing so much confidence and independence. It's good for them.
I will tell you right now, I have a story. So it makes me, anybody who hears this and hears you, like, you know, they cry. Some kids will cry when you do drop off, but like obviously you're there to comfort them, and you do that. Do you have, side note, do you ever have like two parents dropping off at the same time? Different kids from different households getting dropped off at the same time, coming through your door at the same time?
Oh yeah, no, it gets a little crazy, especially with my enrollment being some days I have like 11 kids coming, 12 kids, and so there's definitely times where it's insane. Yeah. And so those are the days where I'm like, okay, you need to push your kid in and go. And I know that sounds mean, but like,
no, I mean,
don't sit there. Hold on, let me rephrase this because I've had kids walk in happily, and then the mom parent is like, come give me a hug. Like keeps asking for more. And I'm like, if they walk in, like I'll be like, say bye to mom, wave. Don't like linger. Linger. Like when they're when they happily walk in, that's a good thing. That means they feel safe. They feel comfortable. They're excited to start their day. Those are all good things. Don't feel sad because they didn't want to give you like a hug. You should be happy that they trust us and are so excited to come to school. That's a good thing. You don't want the opposite. Right. Yeah.
Or at least you're there to help them, comfort them, like hug them, like do whatever it is that they need, to whatever level that they need for the comfort. Whenever we sent Cal to a center for like, I think we sent him to one for like 6 months maybe. And it was just the worst experience ever. And when he didn't have that bad of an experience in the first classroom he was in, but then he aged out of that classroom and went to a new classroom, and that room was horrible. And I remember specifically like a couple of times, actually it was almost every time, when we would go, I would do drop off, and he would just, you know, cry hysterically at drop off, and nobody would come to get him. I had to just put him on the floor. I had to put him on the floor and kind of like put him in, like kind of like not like push him in the room, but kind of like set him in the room while he's hysterically crying.
And then like,
and nobody came to comfort him or anything.
Okay, so that's insane.
And I'm like, and I addressed it to both the teachers and the director. Yeah, I did. And a couple of other issues that I had with them, mind you, about 9 to 12 months later, because we pulled him like a month after that.
Yeah, follow your gut. That's where it goes into play.
And then he got bit like a week or two later, and nobody told us about it. There was no incident report.
Really?
I'm like, did nobody see this? He's 14 months old. Was he not hysterically crying? Like he had to be crying. It's a bite mark on him. From like, I noticed it as soon as I got in the car when I came back home. So mind you,
I'm glad you followed your mom gut in that
not
one.
even a year later, there was 2 or 3 DHS calls on that center, and they like, I think they overturned all of everybody there. The director got fired, everybody got fired, and basically they had a whole new staff turnover over there.
Good.
But I'm like, oh my God. Like, and it's very sad because the first room that Cal was in, we didn't have any problems necessarily, but the first DHS incident or report that I read about this, it was actually that classroom that he was in, but it wasn't the same time period that he was there, but it was still that same time period. But a teacher was putting this kid or kids in a closet and closing them in there.
What?
And like, I don't even know why. Like, I guess because they were crying or something. I don't know. But like, there was I think there was like video camera footage or something of it.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, like I've said, not all daycares are created equal. We got to follow our mom
Exactly.
guts.
But and then again, on the flip side, I have to be devil's advocate and say I have one of my best friends has had her 2 daughters in a center, in a couple of different centers, just because they have shut down the other ones just from like funding.
Yeah.
But and they thrive in it, and she loves it. That she's not had any issues with them. Like, they're in Indiana, so I don't know, things are different in Indiana, they are Tennessee, but it's just you know, it's different.
You have to kind of follow your kid's lead and follow your mom gut.
Yeah.
Every child is so different. I've had multiple stories similar to that of parents coming to me during the interview process.
Yeah.
Touring, having similar stories with centers, and they come and they thrive. Yeah. And so it could just be like as simple as just like not like they drop off, they're crying, they pick up, they're crying, and they're not really being comforted. And the thing is with centers is they have more kids.
Yes.
They have more kids in a room.
Yes.
And a lot of these teachers are like high school, like like young people that aren't moms. And I will say,
that aren't moms.
I'm not trying to be mean, but
I think that's the key too. They aren't moms.
Your brain changes once you become a mom. I mean, I am a better daycare provider since becoming a mom.
It's fucking science.
Yeah. When I worked in a daycare center, I look back and I'm like, oh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I'm such a better provider now that I'm a mother, and I understand how other moms are feeling.
Yeah.
And my whole premise for my home daycare is creating an environment that these moms can drop their kids off and feel like their kid is safe. That's all I wanted for my daughter in a daycare. That's all I'm trying to give these mothers.
Yeah.
And so I wish there were more people that knew that opening a home daycare is a lot more accessible than you think. Like, we need more passionate providers.
So what, and so, okay. When I became a mom, and I won't go too far into this, but in thinking about like, okay, who's gonna watch my kid, blah blah, and then I didn't end up having that like directly off of my maternity leave, and then I was like, okay, whatever. I thought my only option, I didn't even know about really in-home daycares too much, or like any of the other options that are out there.
Yes.
So I thought like a daycare place was like the only option, or a nanny. I thought those were like it.
Yeah.
So once I became a little bit more knowledgeable and I had my second kid, because sometimes it takes that long.
It takes a while.
to you gotta get your feet on the ground about this stuff.
You definitely start researching once you see the cost of these daycare centers. You're like, wow. Yeah, okay, what else?
Oh, and also that place, it was like, I think it was $450 a week for full time.
It's expensive.
Yeah. So, and we only had him in there part time, but I mean, send both of my kids to something like that, that's $46,000 a year.
Yeah, that's like a lot of money.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
But so I thought a daycare center or a nanny was my only options. So come to find out, it's not.
There's nanny shares.
Yes, nanny shares. I was like, what?
Mother's Day out.
Great. Yeah. Mother's Day outs. In-home daycares.
In-home daycare. There's even like a lot of like preschool programs and like the dance academies.
I will say
and, like,
a lot of the Mother's Day out programs and preschool programs, they have an age. Like, they have to be either 12 months or 18 months.
Yes.
So
I did a Mother's Day out with Evie.
You did?
Yeah, for sure. It was right when I mean, I was still married, and it was like right.
I will always sing the praises of a Mother's Day out. I will.
She was like 6 months old.
Oh, well, I guess there are some.
I was
that
working,
will do it.
So I was literally so drained from
working and having her home.
Because working from home and you think you can handle a little baby, but once they start moving, it's over. Game over. You can't work anymore.
I know these people are like, I'm going to work from home with my baby, and I'm like, I love that for you. I'm glad you're so ambitious.
If you can make it work for your schedule, Mother's Day out is amazing. Yeah. They're super affordable.
Yes.
And usually they're in churches. Yeah. And the people that work there are usually, they go to the church and they're volunteers. Yeah. A lot of times. If you're voluntarily, they get paid. Yeah. But it's not a lot. So a lot of them are like, I've met people that volunteer.
They don't have to work. That's the thing.
Yes.
Or that's the thing that I've noticed about
the teachers. Yes, they don't have to. They're choosing to work with children.
None of the teachers at this daycare program, like even the preschool program that Cal and Addie go to now, like they probably don't have to work.
Yeah.
But they're choosing to, and this is what they're choosing to do.
Yes.
And
that plays into the passion thing. They love kids.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to talk parents out of sinners. I'm really not.
Yeah. I mean, it's just you have to find a good one that you trust.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's the only place that provides care for these working families that have longer hours, unfortunately.
Yep. That is so true.
Yeah.
Like if you have crazy hours and you need a place that's going to be open.
Yeah. I've had lots of families that it doesn't work. My hours don't work.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's unfortunate. But that's a society issue and a government issue. I personally, and I could go on a rant about this one because it bothers me how long the workday is, because I don't think that kids 0 to 5 should be away from home longer than kids are in elementary school.
Yeah.
Why is a kindergartner's day shorter than a 3-year-old's day?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It really bothers me. And
then like how is a work day? How are we supposed to
and the sad thing is I could go on and on about how these kids are ready to go at 3-4 o'clock. They are like, where's my mom? Like I can tell they're done.
Yeah.
They're done.
Yeah.
But sadly, like there's nothing that these parents can do. They would love to pick their kids up early, but yeah. So it's sad. I could go on a rant about that because these kids definitely.
And those last couple hours, it's just like, I'm sure it's like,
I have, especially my 2-year-olds, they're ready to go at like 3 and they're like putting their shoes on. I'm like, you can't put your shoes on when we're inside. Or like they're pacing by the door. And not trying to give you guys mom guilt or anything.
No.
There's just definitely, I see a cutoff where they're like, okay, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I miss my mom.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of done socializing.
Yeah.
And it's sad
what do you
just comfort that try to redirect. And we say a lot of like, your mommy's gonna be back soon.
Yeah,
I'm sure she's on the way.
Yeah,
like that's all we can do. So not trying to break everybody's heart.
I know,
but that's a government issue that I could probably speak on a stadium. I'm not kidding. I am passionate.
Give this girl
These
a mic.
kids deserve more time at home. I as a provider, I love your kids, but I shouldn't be spending more time with them than a family is. Waking hours, and I am.
Yeah.
And I think parents deserve more time with their families.
It wasn't meant to be this way. I think that's one of the biggest parts. Is like it wasn't necessarily meant to be to parent working households.
Yeah, it's disappointing for sure.
And it's just become that. Like,
well, I will say one thing about being a teacher is I have a lot of structure and routine because that's like my whole day.
Yeah.
Okay. In order to, and that's one of the things your kids are learning if they're a part of a program.
Yeah.
Is everything is predictable for these kids. They know exactly. They don't even need to know the clock. They have an internal clock in their head that's like, oh, we're about to go outside. We're so structured and routine, and that's been like, I've been doing that for so long that's engraved in me now. And so being a stay-at-home mom, I think the only way to actually thrive in that environment is to stay in a structured routine, not lounge around. You have to kind of still feel like you're working in a way.
Yeah, because that is like your job.
Yeah. So I don't feel like a lot of people would thrive. Even working from home, like you have to Yeah, it takes a certain
I was in like a black hole vortex.
Yeah, because a lot of people
for a
are
long
like, how do
time.
you work from home
Yeah.
and have all these kids there? And how do
Yeah.
you keep your house clean? I get a lot of the same questions with the home because how do you have work balance?
Like
and
how do you
balance.
have your in-home daycare and live there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. How do you keep it clean? How do you separate work from home?
How do you? What do you do? How do you manage?
Well, I'm blessed to have a good space, I will say.
Okay.
It's pretty separate. It's a converted garage. But there was a time
that it was a garage.
There was a time, which you've seen my house when the living room is downstairs.
Okay, I haven't seen it in a while then, because that's the only way I remember it.
The daycare was upstairs. Okay, but the viewers won't know that because I can't see.
Yeah. This is the house.
But okay, so as soon as it turns 5 o'clock, I do not do anything daycare related.
So, like, where is your daycare now?
It's downstairs. Okay. In the living room area.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Everyone go watch my TikToks to
Yes.
see. You'll see my layout.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, so it's downstairs now. But there was a time where it was upstairs kind of next to my kitchen.
Okay.
And that was hard.
And like the kind of like more.
Yeah, the kids were like running down the hallway in the kitchen, like bringing toys out. And I've really tried to, I have a gate now. I tried to confine them into one room or outside. And I will say that's just a con. Like my house is a daycare. Yeah. And sadly I live in a 1,500 square foot home, and probably about 2/3 of it is a daycare, if not half. So we're like confined. Yeah, my living room is what is supposed to be our dining room. And so it definitely feels like we're on top of each other. That's just a part of it. Hopefully one day I can move to my own space. That's the goal.
What is the future like? And that is all for part 1. Sorry for the interruption, but part 2 will be dropping very soon. Talya and I we kind of talk a lot, so I needed to share this in 2 parts for you. If you're enjoying this episode, please be sure to engage with all the social media accounts you see and like and review this podcast wherever you are listening. It just helps with metrics, and I know what you all are liking or not loving so much. It takes almost no time, and it costs you nothing to do. So thank you for being here. Part 2 will be dropping very soon. You will not want to miss this. Bye.